Joyce's shoulders slumped forward. What was the use? She might as well draw a line down the middle of her face. Quasimodo on this side, plain Korean girl on this side. Joyce could see the tears welling up again in her reflection. Nothing was going to work. Stop obsessing, she told herself. You'll be late for school. Joyce pulled more of her hair forward, using it like a dark curtain cutting short a bad performance. Stay under, she told it, and finally stepped away from the mirror. Joyce rushed out of the bathroom and into the living room. Where were Helen and Andy? Had she heard the door slam? As Joyce grabbed her backpack off the couch, a note on the coffee table caught her eye. Helen's handwriting. Joyce grabbed the note. Her eyes flicked back and forth as she quickly scanned the words. Helen! Joyce screamed into the empty apartment. She heaved her backpack to the floor and crumpled the note in her hand. Joyce ran back to her room and searched the top of her dresser for the key to the lock on her bike. This was just like Helen. Everything had to revolve around her schedule. Helen was going to be late, and she had to drop off Andy, their younger brother, at school. Helen had a meeting so Joyce could ride her bike. Joyce flung a stack of paper to the floor and found the key. She snatched it up and ran out of the apartment, slamming the door behind her. The whole reason Joyce had asked for a ride in the first place was that today was not just some ordinary day. And if Helen had even taken a millisecond to think about anybody else besides herself, then maybe she would have noticed how hard Joyce had been trying to look good today. Joyce pedaled furiously, the bright morning sun glaring into her eyes as she rode out of the apartment complex and onto the streets. As she started her ascent up the hill to her high school, beads of sweat popped up on her forehead. Damn this heat. Damn this sweat. Damn you, Helen. Oh, God. Joyce quickly reached up to her zit. Same size. Well, at least it's not bigger, she thought. Even though Helen was heading into her second year of college, she still lived at home and used the family sedan like it was her own. Joyce had gotten her driver's license over 6 months ago, but she rarely had the chance to drive. Once Helen didn't have to get to classes every day, Joyce vowed to herself that it would be her turn to get the car. Joyce crested the top of the hill, and the city of Orangedale spread out below her. The heavy freeway traffic of Southern California crept along as the morning commuters sat in their cars, talking on their cell phones and inching their way to work. And if she squinted just so, Joyce could imagine that she saw a ribbon of the Pacific Ocean glimmering in the distance. Joyce coasted down the hill, past the line of cars headed into the parking lot of her high school, and stopped at the bike rack. All around her, there was an upbeat intensity to everyone's steps and chatter. The last day of school felt almost as good as the first day of summer. Joyce jumped off her bike. This summer was going to be completely different, and it would all start with doing something that she had dreamed of all year long. John Ford King. She was finally going to talk to him. She was going to say something witty to make him laugh. Maybe a joke about school. And then John would laugh and sign her yearbook while she signed his. Joyce had the perfect phrase. Make every minute count. So what if Joyce had stolen it from a greeting card? John would never know. And then over the summer, he would look at her clever note and remember talking to her. Joyce had it all planned out. Leave him curious, and at the start of senior year, she would walk into school and knock him over with her transformation. She was going to wash her face every night and exercise to get rid of her fatty knees so she could wear short skirts. And come fall, when she walked into Orangedale with her clear complexion, stylish new haircut, and sexy clothes, John would fall to his knees. Joyce smiled. Well, she would settle for just a little drool. Some girls in the distance were squealing and hugging as though they were never going to see each other again. Probably seniors being melodramatic, like they didn't have all summer to go to the mall or hang out on the beach. Joyce still had one more